Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's take a look again on the gold market. As you can see on the gold market we have a bit tricky price action since right on Monday open market has hit the predefined 1807, 1804 target that we have on intraday charts. But the problem is that actually it was the holiday. So you know that United States was the Martin Luther King Day and market actually has been closed, official market. So that was mostly the Sive Day action. As you can see, market showing the spike down, reaching this level, and maybe some European markets were working. So anyway, the spike down that we have talked about and the pattern that we discussed is completed. At least on the fixed choice charts that I have here, you will see that the butterfly is done. Although it's not a question whether it will be possible to trade it at all. I suggest that's not possible just because when you wake up in the morning and see that actually entry points already has been passed, the market returns at big up where it was standing on Friday. Anyway, for us the major task here is not trading gold long based on this pattern, although we also talked about it and scalp traders could consider taking the long position with the possible bullish pattern. But for us, it's mostly important is the validity of the bullish patterns, wherever they will be formed, to keep the bullish context valid and to let us to switch gradually from this type of action to that type of action, greater head and shoulders pattern. Market has to form really good bullish performance in this area. So the part of this performance stands in place, but it's also not finished yet. And second, we also need to check the validity, to test the validity of these patterns that will be formed. Because recall what was said in the weekly report. The forming of the bullish patterns here is great stuff, but it's only the half of the work. The second half of the plan is to make them work, to make them put the price higher, to trigger the upward action. That's the major importance for us. And that's particularly what we intend to keep an eye on. If pattern will be formed, but later it will fail, or just trigger only nearest standing minimal target for this pattern and turn down again, that will be the capitulation of the bulls, and we should be prepared taking of these longs, taking of these lows and downward continuation to the 1685 area that we have specified on the weekly chart. So that's how important this area is, and a lot of bets stands on the table right now in the gold market. We have a lot of important events ahead. So as we discussed in our weekly reports as well, so inauguration today, tomorrow, European Central Bank meeting will probably will have not as significant impact on the gold market. But later in this month, we'll get the results for fourth quarter in the United States. That's really could be very important. Retail sales, gross domestic product release, all the stuff that we have mentioned in our weekly report. So it's really big events stands ahead. So currently, on the 4 diagram chart, you could see this butterfly that we discussed and this spike on the holiday actually has happened. As market is just waking up after the holiday and the United States markets are just yet to start the trading, we do not see clear direction by far here. Yes, we have the divergence, and now we are watching what will happen next. So whether the market will able to form some real bullish pattern and how it will move with these patterns. So probably some clarity should appear closer to the end of the European session, when the United States session will start, and particularly on the behaving of the interest rates. It's currently becoming the cornerstone for the gold market as well, as we have mentioned that. So depending on that, we will see whether the pattern will be formed or not, and how market will behave around it. Currently, well, this choppy price action market is creeping with this trend line that has been broken previously. If you remember, that was the flag pattern that we discussed. Well, it's no clear direction by has been formed. So if you got lucky and taking the long position here on the pattern that we specified, you probably could move stops to the break-even and see what will happen next. Approximately, we are watching for this type of action. So this collapse butterfly that we have traded. We suppose that this probably should become the part of the hand and shoulders. So here's when market will hit the first resistance around 1862. So this is our nearest destination point that we keep an eye on. Then probably some meaningful retracement should happen. It will be somewhere to the 1830, 1820 area, somewhere to the bottom that stands to the left, so keeping the harmony of the bottoms and the hand shoulders. And then theoretically, if market indeed stands bullish, it should trigger the upward action. So here we could consider taking the long position with some part of our trading volume maybe, but that will be the suitable area to consider. And then we will see what will happen. So here's minimum targets around 1875. If market stops here and return back down, this will be bearish. This market has to proceed higher to let us shift gradually to the big and shoulders pattern. So actually, this pattern that we intend to get here should become the starting point for that type of action. All other scenarios will have the bearish content. So let's keep watching and see what will happen around these levels on the gold market. Hopefully we'll get some stops within the nearest few sessions here.